but the same banter. We are back, Brewing Banter podcast. I know y'all missed us. It's been a long time, but we're back with the jump off. We're about to hit you guys with some new trending topics. It's the top of the new year. But before we get into it, let's see what our crew is brewing on. Ebony, what you brewing on this week?
For this week, 2 weeks into the new year, by the way. So happy New Year to everyone. Hope everybody is hanging in there. I have some rum and apple juice.
Come on, rum and apple juice.
For no particular reason, but it was what was in my refrigerator, so it worked.
We love a resourceful queen. We like a resourceful queen. Clock it, like the children say. And our resident doctor, Dr. Dray, what you sipping on? What you brewing on, rather?
Well, what had happened was I had gone over somebody's house and drank up all their whiskey. So I decided to switch it up so I could be incredibly intoxicated and put some vodka in my cup along with some caffeinated single. It's like cherry slush or whatever. It's delicious and we are here for it.
Come on, vodka slush, chocolate cherry slush. Well, in
That's
my favorite mug, yours truly, Dueal, is drinking. I'm really into the Celsiuses today. I'm sorry, I was clear out of booze, but the best thing is good. I'm gonna be on y'all level though. I'm drinking a Celsius, but I'm drinking the retro vibe flavor, which is kind of like a sherbet, slush kind of thing. So we'll all be on the same level today.
Just real quick, does that sherbet slush have any kind of alcohol inside of it?
It's an energy drink. Remember energy?
No, that's what I thought.
Okay. Energy. Because we need the energy to talk about all the trending topics that have been happening at the top of this year. And we're only in, 2 weeks? 3 weeks now?
2 weeks. Just two.
And that's
very long.
And the streets are buzzing. The streets are buzzing. I don't know what topic we want to start with first.
Well,
I guess we can start with... Go ahead.
No, I was saying first we can do our check-in with the 2-week check-in and see how things are going in the world with everyone. It's been a lot
for a wellness check-in.
It's been a crazy couple 2 weeks. I mean, January. Well, we had one normal day this year so far. So yeah, let's talk about that. Like, how's everybody doing?
I mean, personally, I'm okay. My good friend bought me this gold chain. It's 14 karat. It's no big deal. It's engraved. No big deal. It's around my neck and I look real gangster and I feel good about the fact that I'm wearing jewelry. I also got this I Love Kenya bracelet from my sister's fiance who just came from Kenya, and it looks fantastic on me. It really goes with the jacket, it goes with the gold, it goes with everything, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this year for me, if you think about it, like if you look back 2 weeks, it really looks good. You know what I'm saying? It looks great. For me personally. The world is crazy, but for me, I'm okay.
I mean, like I said, glow up for the new year. I mean, I see you. Mm-hmm. We like that.
That's where
nice
we're
gold
at.
chain.
That's where we're at.
And you said a friend gave it to you. A friend?
A friend. Just a friend, like a regular friend. No big deal. It's engraved. It was engraved with
engraved, huh? Regular.
My name and with his nickname. You heard me. No big deal. It's a thing. I see, Dueal, that you have enrolled in Shiz University. Are you,
baby? I'm at the top of the class, honey. I'm already at levitation. I'm already at levitation, baby. And speaking of levitation, we're elevating this year at the top of the year. So far it's a new year, and I decided to say new year, new me. Kind of getting back to my routine, my morning workout routine. By the way, to everybody out there, we talk outside of this. So we've been talking about this as a group for a couple weeks now, and we've been keeping each other accountable, kind of like your workout buddies. You keep accountable, keep each other motivated. So I decided to take the challenge and rejoin the gym, get back in there. And so far it's been 3 weeks. I've just finished week 3. Changed my meal plan. I'm on a high protein, high caloric diet right now, being very mindful and demure when it comes to our wellness. So right now I'm feeling really good about the new year. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. Getting back into writing, and hopefully gonna shoot some stuff. Hopefully later in the year, we'll see. But yeah, so far it looks
Well, I'm
good.
There we
happy.
go.
That's great. That's great. Well, for me, I hate to be the Debbie Downer of the group. It's been looking a little gloom for me. Dealing with the PSTD of post Stranger Things depression. So want to visit Hawkins. And
I was
for real, man,
nervous.
it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing, man. So but it just 10 years is gone, a decade is gone, and it's been hard. It's been really hard to stomach it, even though Steve Harrington, Joe Curie, who has this group called Joe, told us that don't just trust me, you'll be fine. And I'm not fine. I'm wanting to go back to Hawkins as of yesterday. So that's definitely going to have to be a revisit.
I can't wait to dive into it a little bit later in the episode, because baby, this is a real syndrome. I'm telling you, my partner is going through it as well. So let's definitely dive into that in our later segments. But
working out's been helping, though. It's been helping with the feeling of emptiness. But that's how my New Year's going.
You looking good. Got the hair done.
You do look.
The skin is glowing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. This is the after. This is what going through the post Stranger Things depression does for you. Makes you
call it the afterglow.
All you can do is just glow up. Yeah, the afterglow.
I'm just out here growing mine out, trying to come up with a new style. I'm just it's doing what it does, but I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all will help me figure it out later on down the road. Don't even worry.
We have a few tips. We have a few tips to share, because we are going to talk more about wellness in 2026 in that section. So we'll definitely be giving you a few tips on how to kick off your new year. But before we do, let's get into trending topics. One of the trending topics is our current administration right now, the Trump administration, their war versus on Venezuela right now, the issue with Venezuela. I know there's a lot of topics. Ebony, say what you can. I know you've prefaced it before that you're going to chime in, but like I said, the floor is you guys. What do you guys think about the whole Trump versus Venezuela situation?
It's more like Trump versus the world.
It really is. It really is. I mean, there are some, I don't know, the thing with Venezuela, I mean, if you have done any kind of research on Venezuela, you've seen that the inflation rate in Venezuela has been the number one highest in the world for years now. And according to Trump, he decided that the president of Venezuela was the one who was causing that problem, and he decided to take care of it. In my opinion, I don't understand why it is that Trump decided he needed to jump into somebody else's country and take care of their problems. But on the other hand, you'll see that a lot of Venezuelans are saying, "Thank you, Trump," which is ridiculous in my mind, because that particular phrase right there doesn't even make any sense in America. Thank you, Trump. Absolutely not. But in Venezuela, some of those people are posting on social media saying, we don't care how he did it. We're just glad that it's done. And I don't know, it's out of control to me. But what do you guys think?
No, I get it. I have seen like a lot of people, Venezuelans cheering and rejoicing this. And, Maduro was a bad guy anyways, and reigned havoc over them for decades. So I get it. I get why, the means of how he did it was, I think, had everybody scratching their heads, because it just was so easy. Or he made it seem as if it was like how just quick it happened. It's like one day their bombs are being dropped, and within like 12 hours or less than 12 hours, you're capturing the president. It just seemed too easy almost. But you're right. I don't think the people care too much how it happened, just as long as they got it out. They're definitely better off without him in office, especially what has happened to Venezuela, and the last couple of elections where the rightful winners were either had to, flee Venezuela in fear of their lives or be bullied to not accept the domination. So at least now, hopefully, they can have a fair election going forward and be able to be more in control of the destiny of their country versus anybody else. Because it's crazy how it happened, but I also have seen like a lot of people in Venezuela are thankful for it. So it's kind of one of those things like, oh.
I guess it's the way that it was done. I think it was just kind of out of left field because, like I said, Trump, he has taken, he's in office, so he feels like he can intervene in other countries' politics, and that has to do more with ego than anything else. And the fact that, they ousted President, I'm gonna make sure I got his name right, President Nicolas Maduro. Maduro. And on top of that, they added charges, which I had to look up this word because I didn't know what narco terrorism was, but I broke it down because they were charging him with that, and like Ebony has said, the electoral fraud. So basically, for those out there, our listeners who are listening in, narco terrorism has to do with drug trafficking, violence for political ends, influencing the government policies, undermining law enforcement, and profit of illicit drug trade through terroristic acts. So they were saying that he was doing all of these things, and unfortunately, there is a lot of mixed reaction with some of the other countries like China, Mexico, and other people supporting the removal of Maduro, like Argentina and El Salvador, while many others who have expressed concern as well. So it's kind of like a mixed reaction. I personally think that we should not get involved when it comes to other countries and their political thing. Now, if they ask us for help, then of course it's our decision to intervene, but to kind of take this military action of going in and forcibly removing someone from office, I think that is kind of like pushing the line. And I think that Trump, right? Go ahead.
Oh, no, go. Sorry. I'm sorry. No, finish. I'm sorry.
No, all I was going to say is it's just pushing the line so that we can have further conflicts in the future with these countries. I feel like Trump did this as a power move, and I feel like there's going to be some backlash for it. But like I said, I'm hoping that it doesn't lead us into another major political conflict like we've seen in the past. I'm hoping that we're able to move some stuff around and kind of smooth things over, hopefully. But Ebony, right. you had a thought? I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say a lot of it also too is it's just the oil, and I think that going in there because possibly a deal wasn't cut the way that it would have benefited us in the beginning, just doing the strong arm type of intervention, or not intervention, but just like this, like he's strong arming him to be able to get the oil that he wants, and it's not ours to get. You know what I mean? Like it's if they want to make trade deals with other countries to make their country prosperous, then I don't see why we should be intervening in that.
Absolutely. Right. And it sounds similar to what we went through before with the oil in other countries, and the thing is it's like history is repeating itself in a different way. So I agree with you. We should not intervene, but I just don't want to see this escalate to where it's going to affect us because of a decision that was made by our administration to go over there and insert themselves. What do you think, right. Dray?
Excuse me, I agree. I don't understand. And I've never understood why we would jump over to somebody else's country and decide for them what is best for them. Like what you were saying before, if they decided to reach out for assistance, part of their government reached out, not just like random people that just said, hey, Trump, come and help us, then that would make sense for us to go over there and address the situation in a diplomatic way. But apparently that's not exactly what happened. in Venezuela. And on top of that, after that happened, Trump decides to pause the processing of visas for 75 different countries around the world. What are we doing? Why are we trying to close ourselves off completely? We're trying to jump into other people's countries to fix their stuff, but also cut everybody off from us as well. I don't understand
Exactly.
what's going on. And it's really quite agitating, actually, to be honest with
It
you, because one of
is.
the countries on that list is Barbados, where my family is from. And if I decided I wanted to bring my family over here, I can't even do it now because you've done put these people on the list as if they're some kind of terroristic people. All they want to do is fry up some plantain and flying fish and feed y'all. That's all they want to do. But you
I
want to
like
cut them off
plantain.
like they're going to do something.
Right.
Exactly. We like plantain here in
Plantains.
America.
Everybody likes plantain.
and fish. Yes, we were
And
talking about
fish.
fish yesterday.
And baked macaroni and cheese. That's all they do
Right?
in Barbados.
Y'all can have the back macaroni and cheese. I'll eat the fish. Y'all can have the macaroni and cheese. I can't do the
They got
macaroni and
rum
cheese.
too. Do you like rum?
Yes,
I love rum.
we know.
They
We
have
know
rum right
that.
now.
We know that.
I know you're not drinking any of it right now, but they do have rum available.
I hope they
No,
don't stop that. Shoot, we need that. We need that
We
export.
need that.
But yeah, I think they tried to frame it. From my notes, they tried to frame it. This whole issue with the Trumpers ousting him as this decisive military action, framing it around the fight against the drug lords and authoritarianism. But
Right.
it's like you're making it seem, well, we're going in, we're trying to help because they have all these, these illicit drugs and they're dealing with narcotics and we're trying to be the good guys, but really you're fueling the fire. You're getting involved in stuff that doesn't necessarily involve you. Let the government there handle that in situation, like both of you said. And if you need further assistance, then you can reach out to us, and maybe we could send some of our people over there to assist. But to go ahead and be like, "Hey, we're gonna take your president out," like not out like, and let's be very clear, not out like out, but just remove them from from office. How would they feel if it was the reverse, where they would come over here and be like, "Oh, we don't like Trump, we're gonna take him out of office." I mean, a lot of people probably wouldn't mind, but at the same time, you can't throw the rock and hide the hand. So I'm hoping that this issue gets some type of resolve. I don't know what the future is going to hold for us, but right now here at home, we just got to be prepared. And like I said, just be prepared for the worst. Not saying that it will happen, but just be prepared if things go left.
Right. I don't think so much I'm worried about
stuff and go.
All right. And I don't think I'm worried so much about it going left. I mean, yeah. I feel like this was like, let me see how far I can push the envelope. And it's now been 2 weeks since he pushed the envelope and nobody's really done anything. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm not really too much afraid of someone coming back off of that and attacking us. What I am concerned about is what's going on with this ICE situation and us starting, like, it festering into an internal civil war with us. I think I'm more concerned about that just because I feel like the temperature is only getting higher and higher, and it has to reach a boiling point. And what does that boiling point look like?
But we also have to be mindful about what's going on in politics. Like, I think sometimes I had a conversation last night about it, like briefly, about complacency. I think a lot of people are allowing a lot of distractions to get in the way so you don't have to think about what's happening politically, but just being aware is very key so that you know what your next move is going to be. If things do go left, we're not wishing it, but at the same time, just knowing at least on a daily basis where we're at,
Most definitely.
So let's get into what's going on in Minneapolis. What is your guys' thoughts on it with the recent events with ICE?
So what I'm seeing is, I mean, I've only been looking up stuff on social media, So what I've been seeing is multiple angles, multiple situation, or not multiple situation, one situation, multiple angles. What I'm seeing is the woman turning her wheels, trying to drive away from the agent, and the agent acting as if he was scared and then jumping and shooting through the windshield, you know, killing the woman in the car. I didn't see what was happening before this, like what led up to her trying to drive away. But from what I'm hearing, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be the one that is basically cursed out for what I'm about to say. But it seems as if, and not saying that he was in the right, the guy who shot her, but it seems as if she had plenty of time to leave there long before they even walked up to her car. Have you guys seen the video before the whole situation?
Briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because apparently they had like a good period of time where she was blocking off the road and she could have left at any point, but didn't. And then the man shot her. Now, like I'm saying, she was turning the wheels so that she was trying to get away from the person who was trying to get her, which makes me think in my mind, obviously, the man was in the wrong. And I don't even know if right now, if he's been suspended or terminated or what. But it seemed as if she was trying to get away, not trying to actually hurt anybody, and she was met with deadly force, which was absolutely unwarranted in that particular video.
Yeah.
It's appalling. It's definitely the behaviors. It's getting out of hand. The ICE thing is getting out of hand to the point where innocent people are being victimized. And honestly, not saying we, but the administration has allowed given these ICE people too much authority, too much power to the point where they're, in a way, victimizing a lot of people that aren't the problem. It's not really a problem. They are not the problem. It's the administration and what they deem as a threat. And this woman is unfortunately a casualty in this situation. She was trying to get away. She was innocently trying to get away because, like I said, with the ICE thing, it's scary for a lot of communities because they're being targeted, and that breeds fear. And sometimes when that breeds fear, it causes people to react a certain way. And sometimes, these ICE agents are so trigger happy that they don't care. They just don't care that they're causing more harm than what they think is considered good. So that's how I feel about this. It's unfortunate that this woman lost her life, and a lot of people, are being ripped from their homes. People are being ripped from their homes. People are being deported. People are in fear, and it's not just people, certain minority communities. It's like anybody who's not considered to be American, if that makes any sense.
It does. And the thing is, what's so interesting to me is that it's not, this is the situation that is being focused on, but it is happening. The ICE agents are acting a fool across the nation. They were just back home in the Midwest. My mother was telling me all about how they're over there acting a fool, doing the absolute most in Kansas City. I don't understand what. I just don't understand it. Just leave folks alone. Why can't we just leave folks alone? Let them do what they're doing.
They've been doing it for a while too. There have been people who have. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I just think too. I think it's more for like all of what's going on is for a show, and unfortunately, people's lives are being in the crossfires of it. We look at the Obama administration, who deported a lot more people, but did it very discreetly. Nobody knew about it. It was like a thief in the night, and they, and it's like, so it's just, what's the end game? Is it to publicly humiliate these people, to demean them? Because this could have been done in a more discreet way and not be, and no lives be harmed from it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's sad is it's like there's forces at B that are deliberately wanting to turn up the temperature in this country So we are focused more on tearing each other down and being each other's enemies, while us being focused on that will distract us from our country
What's
being
really
sold.
happening? Yeah.
What's really happening. Because it's just, none of this had to happen this way. It could have been a more, if they wanted to, if the law was on their side to do what they're doing, there's a discreet way of doing it where it's not at the expense of people's lives and it being so publicized, and done so barbaric to where it's like this. Just, it could have been a better way to go about it.
Absolutely. There
For
could be a
sure.
better way of doing it. Like, I agree with the discreet part. I mean, there are people who have, migrated from other countries and who have been living in the US for years under the radar. We know what it is. We've seen it. I grew up in LA. I've seen the ICE people come and grab people out of their homes, and it's devastating, but there's a way of doing it to where it's like, at least give these people a chance to be aware that this is about to happen. If you don't have citizenship yet, you might want to get into the process of getting you a lawyer and going through the process before they like for instance, when they gave the situation about the real ID, they gave what was it, like a year or so, they let us know that you could not travel unless you had a real ID. Where was that protocol with the ICE thing? Like even they had the commercial with Christy Nome out there. Yeah, I mean, that's a warning.
I mean,
but
they did tell people to self-deport before it got to this
Right.
point. And so it's
Yeah,
like,
they did do
but are
that.
people going to self-deport? You're going to think, well, I can just fly under the radar. I just think that publicizing it's not working out. Like, to know where they're at, to know all this stuff, because they're going to be met with force. And the way it's not like, it just seems like there's no order. Like, who are you? Is there a list of people who have overstayed their visas? Is there a list of people who have overstayed, that are, have been reported as not being a citizen or not having any papers? So you can discreetly go to these, to their homes? Or is it just, we're just picking on everybody who looks like, or doesn't speak the language clear, or looks like they're not supposed to be here? Because then it's like, well, that's not fair, because you do have people who might,
who are citizens,
or who have, some type of legal status here, and they may have an accent.
absolutely.
Specifically Hispanic people. I mean, how many Hispanic people do you know who are born here but have strong Hispanic accents? That could sound like they are definitely not from here, but they have been here their whole lives,
Yeah. And they sometimes they struggle with the language, maybe, they have these ESL classes where, English is my second language, and they're trying to learn it as they've gone. But they, like Dwayne, Dr. Dray has said, they have a thick accent. So you're basically generalizing all these people, like every brown person is the same, so we should just all round them up, instead of discreetly giving them a notice, like you said, Ebony, like maybe, I don't know, a letter in the mail. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the process is like, I mean, obviously they're not going to send you a letter in the mail to say, I'm going to come pick you up, because then you're going to run. So that wouldn't happen.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm going to take that back. Yeah.
If you're, what your status is. If you miss a date, if you miss you're notified for that. Like, if you're missing your court dates, they send you letters. If you miss it again, then you're going, you're going to be on that list to be deported, or you're, to start the process again. But there is a way, and it's a way, because it's been done before. Like, this isn't new. It's more publicized, but ICE isn't a new agency that just came about yesterday. Like, they've been around for a very long time, and they've been doing this. So it's like, why now does it have to be so publicized, and feels like it's like this quota they're trying to reach, and they're just picking up any and everybody. And these are people who don't have criminal records, who don't have, any other reason but just the color of their skin to be picked up. That's just where my question is like, what do you guys think? Like, do you think this will get to a boiling point where this can be an inciting event for us to possibly for the U.S. to fracture within itself, like, pin people apart against each other? Do you think that it's like we still have ways to go before that comes to where we're like on the heels of a civil war with each other?
It's a wake up
I don't
call.
think that I don't think it's coming to civil war necessarily, but I think we've already fractured. I mean, here on the West Coast where we are, we have a large population of Hispanic people. We love our Hispanic people. We are completely against ICE over here when it comes to them trying to come after the Hispanic people. But I do feel like in other parts of the country, they are of the mind that ICE is doing the right thing, and they're getting the illegal immigrants out of the country. You know what I'm saying? That with that particular accent, those are the ones who are prepared to back ICE for whatever they're doing. So I think we're definitely fractured, but I think we probably don't see it as much as the rest of the country does, because I feel like like I said, we're on the West Coast. We're seeing a lot of Hispanic people being upset about it, and we're behind them and ready to back them up and ensure that they're okay. And when it comes to the rest of the country, the Midwest, and even the East Coast, at least maybe in the Northeast, to be clear, they're more on the side of ICE than we are. But don't quote me.
No, everything is alleged here. Alleged.
Alleged, yes. I don't really know what's going on up there. I mean, I have a family in the Northeast, and they're upset about it too. And my family is from an island nation, and as soon as something regarding immigration comes up, they're all tripping out too. But they're all citizens, so even though they're not immediately affected, they're still upset about the situation. Like I said, when Trump was cutting off visa processing, Barbados is one of those countries that he's cutting it off from. So it's problematic for them too. We're used to being the melting pot. We're used to being the melting pot. We're used to welcoming everyone, and for this administration to decide that everyone is no longer welcome and we're going to go ahead and pick people up off the street and throw them out is so alarming and appalling, like you said, Dual, that it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
They're not even checking people's papers. Like you're capturing people who have been here for 30, 40 years, their whole life, and you're just assuming that they're not citizens just based off of appearance. And it takes racial profiling to a different level because, like I said, we were talking about it first, when, during BLM about racial profiling and police brutality. But now it's like a lot of other people are starting to think that, it's not just a African-American issue where we're being targeted. Now all people of color are being targeted in some way. So yes, it started with BLM. Now it's the Latin and Hispanic community. Who's next? Is it the Asian community? Are they going to try to get us all out? Anybody who is not, a minority, like we're just going to kind of like just let everybody go back to their motherland, because they've been telling us for years, y'all need to go back to Africa, and I don't have no problems. But at the same, we can go back to Wakanda all day. But the thing is, it's starting to I'm starting to see a pattern. I don't know if you guys have caught on to it, but it's like it started with the BLM. Now it's them, and it's gonna it seems like they're gonna try to. Every minority group they're going to try to kind of target, and I don't really necessarily like it. And Dr. Dray, you had made a very poignant case. It's more of an issue on the West Coast, because West Coast is where a lot of, migrants come to kind of start over, because it's a lot more liberal. When you go to certain other areas and regions of the U.S., it's a little bit more conservative. So a lot of them are kind of like, they gotta have to walk the straight line. But like I said, places like California, Nevada, what is it? What is another? Arizona, places like that.
It's closer to the border. So, because Texas has a lot of migrants. It's the border states. So California's a border state, Arizona's a border state, New Mexico's a border state, Texas. So you're gonna have a lot more migrate there, and then come up to places like Nevada, Minneapolis, other places because, most of them will come in those off of the southern, because that's where they can get. And that's a lot of the places where they start off as in those border cities.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's where ICE
I
is
don't know.
going.
It's, yeah. But I don't know though. Like, I just think that, I don't know. It's just crazy. I feel like we're just in a different dimension. Not just with that, just with everything that's like the absurdity of it. Like the even just with this whole Greenland situation with us wanting Greenland, it's just, the insanity just doesn't stop. And I just wonder when are we going to hit that boiling point where either enough's enough or we're just going to crack and fracture to a place where we can't come back from for at least a long time. Because we're still a young country. We're still a very young country compared to most. And we have a lot of humbling situations that are in our future, I think.
I think we'll get there before
true.
it gets crazy. I think we'll do something. We'll get more. That's why I said we were talking about being more politically aware. Like, I think people are starting to wake up. And we always talk about, oh, are you woke? This is the time to be woke. This is the time to know what's going on and try to find solutions so that we don't get to that level where it becomes a civil war and our country is fractured. I feel like this is the time to like keep your ear to the grindstone and see if there's a way to stay protected and know your rights know what your rights are. I think a lot of people don't know what their rights are. They're scared.
I don't think our rights matter at this point, whether you know them or not. It's just as if it's being followed. You can know your rights all day, every day, but at this point, we're at a place where law is a made up thing. If the people that we are holding, the people you're holding to the highest standard is setting the standard that the law is nothing but a figment of our imagination, then how are we to follow it, or how are we to say that our rights matter if we, because this is a new norm. And the thing that I don't think that's hard to grapple with is we're not going back. And that was this whole thing that started all this movement of going back where we were this great country. We're not going back. We're only moving forward. So our new norm is this, where, law is interpreted however it suits you. And if it doesn't suit you, then it doesn't exist. And so the more lawlessness we have, where does that go? Like, what is the next path after this one? Because you can know your rights every day, but if it's going to get ignored by the people who are supposed to hold that, true, what does it matter?
Right. You're absolutely correct.
Uncertainty.
Absolutely correct.
I think we're just in an uncertain place. You're right.
So what do we do in this? What do we do in these uncertain times to just kind of find our own kind of norm?
I think that you think to yourself, when in these uncertain times, you think to yourself that Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre should have stayed together.
Oh my gosh.
In these uncertain times, they have broken up and ruined my whole entire year.
And they haven't been together long enough, though. Wasn't they only together for like 6 months?
They ruined my whole year. It was perfect.
Let's be very clear a bit when they when the breakup happened, and let's be very clear. So basically they said late 2025, early 2026 confirmed that Teyana Taylor and actor Aaron Pierre have broken up after dating for less than a year, with sources citing that they've gone their separate ways as both focus on major career moves, including Teyana Taylor's Golden Globe nomination. Shout out to Teyana Taylor. We love that for her. For her role in One Thing, I think it was, what was it called? One Thing After Another?
One
Bad Thing After Another?
Yeah, or one.
It was, to clarify, I think the film was One Battle After Another. One Battle after another.
Yeah. I know it was either one thing after another or one battle. It was something after another.
Mm-hmm.
And he's about to do, I think, Star Wars. He's going to be in the next, I think, Star Wars and Lantern projects. So I guess they're
Oh,
I guess
he is going to be Green Lantern, isn't he?
well, he has the eyes for it.
And thank you. And
No,
are you
no
going to be
contacts
okay?
needed. No contacts needed.
No, but I'm wondering if you're going to be okay because you just see
I'm gonna be all
the
right.
way you look. He got the eyes for it, Lord. Jesus.
I mean, you don't have to put no contacts in. You just show up. That's all he does is just show up and look beautiful.
I could be the Green Lantern too. I could do the same thing.
And I told you need to come over and get your acting lessons first before we put you out there. You got to audition first.
I'd love to know who you're yelling at like that. I'll come over and audition.
I'm not yelling. I'm just saying we could help you. Me and Ebony, we can get you ready because you're gonna be reading up against Aaron Pierre. You gotta be together. But
yeah, I can do it.
You definitely could. You could probably definitely play his brother. You could play his brother. Y'all could be superheroes together.
I'll play Green Candle to the Green Lantern.
Candle.
Not Green Candle. Not Green Candle. I'm done. You said Green Candle.
Green Candle.
Where did you get that from? Oh my gosh.
That's okay. I'll play Green Flashlight.
Green Flashlight.
Not Green Flashlight. So basically the main reason they broke I can't. You see the foolishness we deal with, audiences. You see this foolishness. But yeah, audience.
Oh my gosh.
But they're both private people, so the split was very private. Everybody's been speculating that there's many different factors to it, but I think that it has to do more about career focus than the relationship itself. I think sometimes when you're making major moves, like for instance, I think me and Dray, we talked about a little bit, like the coincidence of the fact that they broke up at the end of the year, and then at the top of the year, she just ends up winning the Golden Globe. It's just a very interesting. Right. I'm thinking like, if they were still together, would have been able to have that focus in order to get that, or I don't know. It's just interesting the timing of it.
Well, I mean, whenever they filmed it, if they were still together at the time that they filmed it, then she was probably together, and she probably was going through her divorce when she did film the actual movie. The month, it's like, I don't know when they start campaigning for the nominees. Maybe if it's like, a month before, I don't know how long they had to turn in the actual vote. So maybe if she did have to do like, maybe it possibly helped with her focusing on campaigning for the nominations for the with the people that are on the board. But I don't know. I think maybe I think it was a blessing that it was just, so it's almost like maybe she had to move him aside to unlock that blessing for it to come. Would the universe have still had it work in her favor?
Absolutely.
Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe she was like, Aaron, I need you to move aside so that I can represent strong individual women getting these type of awards. Maybe she was like, back up so that I can win this award without saying I had a strong man behind me to support me in this situation. I was by myself when I won this award. Maybe that's what she did.
Speaking of strong women,
that's possible.
Exactly, but go ahead.
No, I was just nothing.
What did you say?
I was looking at Dray, like she was like,
kick rocks out to win this award by my damn self. I don't need you.
Well, she's doing a lot of great work outside of the film. She's also on one of the shows that I liked this past fall, All's Fair. She has a supporting role on that show. But what was very interesting was her Golden Globe speech. It very much kind of fueled some long running discord around the way that African American women are being recognized in Hollywood when it comes to major accolades. Several people are arguing that the Academy in particular often only awards performances that perpetuate harmful stereotypes. And this is according to the article written on Yahoo Entertainment. So how do you, as an actress of color, Miss Ebony, what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like the roles that women of color portray in Hollywood only get awarded if they're playing stereotypes that like that feed into kind of like the stereotypes of our community? Do you feel like that?
I can see how it can look that way. I think I also feel like it's with the actor itself. If they push the limit and you're seeing them in a way you haven't seen them before. Like I go back to Halle Berry, and her Monster Ball. I don't think we would ever see Halle Berry in that role. Yeah, she was a single mother, but to see her so raw and to see her so unput together, and it just so had happened to be a stereotypical role of a Black woman being single with a husband who's in jail. Um, it was so outside of her to where that's why I think she won it, because you do have, stereotypical roles that women of color are casted in all the time. And that's just where they're kind of fit in that category, but they don't get to that level of winning a Golden Globe or an Academy Award. I think it's just, I think it's what the actor puts, seeing that difference. And I even look at it for, if I'm looking at it even from when Leonardo DiCaprio won his Oscar, he played amazing roles, but it was when you saw something outside of himself that was completely different from what the norm of what we would see, him being alone in a very long, boring movie. It was the rawness of it, and that's why he won the role. But I can see how we're given these roles of such rawness, and stereotypical to us, to what people portray Black women as, and then those are the ones that are winning. Those particular roles are the ones that are getting the Oscars. But I also think it's the performer themselves and how it's different from everything else they've ever performed. And I think for Tiana Taylor, even though, I remember her, I think it was in a Tyler Perry movie with her and Bow Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And her favorite line was, Byron, and then seeing it from how, because she did that.
Yes,
It was so
she
funny.
did. She did.
I love it. I'll just randomly say it because it's just one of those things that lives rent free in my head. And then see other stuff that she's in, and then now we're seeing like the level of like the contrast from what she's done before. Because I also don't want to take it away from like it was a different role for her. It was seeing her in a different light, and she did it. She did. She performed well, and I think that for being a woman, actress of color, that's what I want to focus. When my flowers are given to focus on, yeah, the role might have been raunchy, but I put my blood, sweat, and tears in that role to make it seem so freaking real, to where they had no other option but to give me my flowers.
Absolutely. You want to focus.
And if it happened to be what they think people who look like me are, okay, but guess what? I embodied it and I slayed the hell out of it, and that's what got me my award.
Absolutely. It's about the raw talent. We can't focus on just the appearance of someone, but actually, are they delivering the role? Are they in it? Do they have the conviction and that performance beat out anybody else's? It doesn't matter if they're a person of color or not. It's about who performance affected you the most. And I think that we can all agree that Tiana deserves her flowers. She has evolved from the roles that she's had before, and now she's being taken serious. Right now, we talked about this before, she's the it girl for this season. She is everywhere. Now that she's won, you see her in all the interviews. I saw her the other day on the Today Show while I was at the gym. Like, this is her time. So it depends on what she's going to do with it. Is this going to skyrocket her to doing more grittier roles, more challenging roles, or is she going to be one of those, they win this role and then you never see them for like another 3 or 4 years? Like, it depends on where she wants to take her career at this level. So, but we love her, and
I feel like
go ahead.
No, I feel like she's a strong person, and I feel like she's a hard worker, and I think that the world is her oyster at this point, and she's going to own her space. She is going to maximize this exposure, and I think we're going to see her in a lot more roles. Right now, she it's the picky. She has all the pickings of the
Yes.
litter to, and she's paid her dues, and it's inspiring to see someone, who looks like us put in so much hard work and have followed her when she wasn't a household name as she is now. And to see her her dues be coming back, her garden has blossomed and she's now reaping the benefits of it, and as she should.
Absolutely. And shout out to Tiana again on your win. We love you, and we're looking forward to seeing all the many amazing projects you have lined up for the new year. I'm excited for her. Like you said, the world is her oyster. It's just right now, it's her time to focus on her career and figure out, what's the next level. What else can I do? Because like I said, she's still very young, but she's someone like who's relatable. Like homegirl comes from the streets. So it's like, it's when you see somebody that comes from your hood, rise above, it's like you can't criticize. You just kind of have to like just say keep going. And that's what we're gonna say for Tiana. Just keep going, sis. Keep going. So
right.
What is next? I think since we're on the entertainment
keep going.
On
keep
the
going.
entertainment train. There's been some drama, some other entertainment drama. We kind of briefly talked about this in our pre-show meeting. In the last year, SNL has been making a lot of changes to their cast. Notably, Bowen Yang has exited mid-season. This past Christmas episode, he left and had a tearful goodbye after 7 to 8 seasons on SNL. Right after that, we found out, or it's been discovered, that former cast member Chris Redd of SNL has been had went live on, I think, Instagram and opened up about his pill addiction. Allegedly, like I said, he kind of alluded to that, as well as he alluded to opening up about dating his co-star Kenan Thompson's ex-wife. Which is kind of weird because I think right after, Kenan had divorced his wife, it was within that year that they had started kind of seeing each other secretly, and they had been seeing each other for about a year before the public found out. And now it's kind of like he's kind of walking that back right now, as the kids say. So I know I sent this out to you guys a couple weeks ago, but what are your thoughts about all the SNL drama? And we're also going to talk about Cam Patterson in a second, but so far, what do you think about the drama over at SNL?
I mean, it just seems like a lot. Like I think I stopped following SNL for a while now, but it just seems like people are dropping like flies, and it has to be with how they're running it. Like it just seems like for so many people to just be coming out. We have never. I don't know if there's been like a change of command on who's producing the shows now, but it seems like it's just a very toxic environment. And some people will probably not really say what happened because obviously they don't want to ruin their chances of getting on to something else. But it's like it's alluding to it because they're not waiting until the end of the season. Like people are dropping mid-season, and that to me shows like, oh, it's because it's that bad. Where it's like I want to wait till the season ends. Like I'm done. So it's like these.
Yeah, same thing happened with Ego Wodum.
I am going to. Oh yeah, Ego. For me, I want to play devil's advocate a little bit, and for Bowen Yang, I feel like he dropped out in the middle because Wicked and Wicked 2 were blowing up, and he was just like, I'd rather focus on doing stuff outside of SNL. That was kind of like when Wicked 2 was being announced, or even the first one, he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna run with this and move on from SNL as soon as I possibly can. And he just decided that he would leave in the middle. Chris Redd, again, playing devil's advocate. What has he done since he left SNL?
He's been doing some stand-up. He went stand up. Well, he's still touring and he's doing stand up, but he was doing that before SNL, so it's kind of like you're kind of stepping back into, you're not progressing forward. And to add on to what you're saying,
he was moving
on top
backward.
of that,
and when did he quit? Or when did he quit?
He quit, I want to say,
this was two seasons ago.
Oh, he's old news then.
He left right before.
Right.
He left before Ego. Ego left last year.
Oh, I'm talking about the ones recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Chris Red left and then came back with the pill story, and I was like, okay.
He's just looking
to me,
for it,
again, I said, devil's advocate feels like it's a relevancy thing for that. Now, what's his name? Cam Patterson.
He started talking some stuff.
Who was talking some stuff immediately, and I really don't have anything to say about that one. It's like, okay, Dave, you just joined the cast and you're already mad about it. Like, what's really going on? But it's funny that he just jumped in. Maybe he's more vocal than the rest of them, but there have been other cast members of color who have spent many years before they open their mouths. And maybe now he's seeing that. Ego didn't really say anything about, it wasn't anything specific about how she was being treated, but she was like, I'm leaving because the situation is not what I'd like it to be, but it wasn't, a race thing. But Chris Red kind of said was a little more, hey, this is really what it is. And also there's drugs involved. And maybe this Cam Patterson is like, you know what? You guys have said some things. I can be real and tell you what it really is.
Exactly.
I still don't see it. The SNL going anywhere. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Even though these people are coming forward saying there's an issue, SNL is still an American treasure. Basically, it's been around for 50 years
plus
now?
Yeah,
since the
50
70s,
plus.
right?
So right,
yeah.
I want to piggyback on both of what Ebony has said and what you said, just to give us a little bit more context. So like I said, the Chris Red thing, you're right. I think he's coming out with it now because, like I said, we haven't really seen him out and about working or projects that he's working. He's been on the road. So sometimes I think once you leave, they have a freedom to open up. He also alluded, like I said, to possibly selling pills to some of his cast members. He didn't snitch, though. He never said a name of who it is, but he also mentioned in the article, or alluded to it, like Ebony has said, it was a hostile work environment. His mental health was being challenged, and he felt like he didn't get the support that he needed from his cast members, and that instead he was being ridiculed and being said that, oh, he's on one or something like that, something to that effect, allegedly. So he's basically saying that, like you said, like Ebony, I agree. It's probably an environment where it's a high pressure situation. You're being sent scripts at the last minute. You're trying to create these characters. You're in rehearsals. It's a lot of go, 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 go. So a lot on top of that, when you have cast members of color who are only being chosen for certain sketches and fighting to be in sketches, on top of that, that can create an environment where it's like, do I really belong here, or are there other opportunities outside of this that I may need to take a leap and try? And I think that's what's the through line with Ego, with him, with Leslie Jones left and went and started her movie career and started going back doing stand-up and doing television appearances. It's starting to become a pattern. And I think, like I said, with the newest claim with Cam Patterson being a new cast member, I think you're right, Dray. I think because he's the younger people are a little bit more open to saying what it is, but at the same time, is that going to spite you later because you're currently working there? So are you going to be the next one out because you don't feel like it's an environment for you to thrive, or are you just kind of just willing to spill the tea? I don't know, but SNL is interesting right now. Very interesting.
Maybe it's just that it's time to, maybe it's just having its last heyday. I mean, the ratings really didn't start going back up until Trump was in office in 2016. So
because there was more
content
to talk about.
Yeah. And it's not like a forever home. I don't think you want to work
it's like 7 seasons out.
It's SNL, you get what you get, and then you're just you get on the road. I just think it's interesting recently, for the recent ones that are now being more vocal about it. And what is the motive behind it? Is it because they got out thinking they were going to have this career, and now that it didn't pan out how they expected it to be. So their next move it is, well, I have a story to tell. So let me, let me sell my story for some money, or let me just tell you the facts. Cause it's like, why
Exactly.
now?
It's the 7-year itch.
Right.
I think that I've noticed that in the past, about when you get to like your 7th or 8th season, you start to get that itch to do something else. We've seen it in the past with Will Ferrell, Molly Shannon, all the ones who are considered alum, Maya Rudolph. Like about season 7 is when you kind of want to start to pivot and do other projects, and it's the same thing that you're saying. It's like you're either leaving too early in hopes, like Ebony has said, that you have other opportunities, and maybe not when you leave you don't necessarily have the opportunity. You have to kind of circle back, or you're like, hey, I can't work in this environment anymore. I'm kind of stagnant. Let me take a leap. Like for instance, with Bowen Yang, Wicked was one of the best things that could have happened to his career outside of the work that he was doing. He was already doing he'd already produced, he did the Fire Island movie, he did the wedding movie, the Asian wedding movie comedy that he did. So he's already doing stuff. So it's like he's preparing him. I think he had already prepared himself to make that exit. And I think Ego's the same way. She gracefully exited, but we don't know. Those two may have already had opportunities already panned out. But for people like Chris Redd, it's like you left at a time when you really hadn't made yourself a household name. You left, and now you're kind of like you said, making it a tell-all. Now that you've been gone a couple seasons, now I'm ready to open up about the drama and tell you my take. And really, people don't even want to really touch on that, because at this point we're looking at you sideways, like, bro, like, not only were you allegedly selling pills to cast members, but also you were having an illicit affair with one of your cast members' wives, and this is the same man that gave you a shot on his Kenan had a show for a minute called Kenan on NBC, for 2 seasons, and he hired you. So it's like, bro, how can we take what you say for face value when you're doing all this stuff on the sly? I wish him well in his journey. Hopefully his journey with mental health, he's able to recover, and I wish him wellness. But it's kind of like, bro, you're grasping at straws here now, kind of like you're grasping for attention. And like I said, it just sounds like that way to me. But at the same time, maybe he has gone through therapy and he feels like he wants to tell his story. So it could be either way, but I hope that he's doing well. We don't want to wish anything negative on Chris Redd. We wish him well. We wish Bowen Yang well. We wish Ego Wodum well.
Right.
Now, Cam Patterson, bro, keep your day job. You just got on the scene. You just rock with him a couple seasons, get your check, and bounce. Because I'm with you. 7 seasons, I'm out.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I'm out. I'm already talking to my agent. Let's go do a TV show. Let's go do some movies. And you gracefully exit. But there's some people who just kind of like abruptly leave, and it kind of leaves everybody concerned as to why. So we'll see what's going on with SNL in the future. But I think it's panning out a little bit more. It's kind of plateauing.
Yeah, I agree. All right, y'all.
Well, we are here at, where are we at? An hour and some change.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's got to be. I mean, there's so much to wrap up in the first 2 weeks of 2026, but I think we might have to wrap it up.
Sounds
right
like a
here.
plan.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. My
Nice
drink is
too.
empty. You want to take us out, Dueal?
Well, y'all, that was another amazing episode of Brewing Banter. I hope you enjoyed the chat we've had today. Check us out next week, where we're going to chat about some more trending topics and what's going on. As for the crew and I, this is Dueal, Ebony, and Dr. Dray, and we will see you next week. And also keep posted on this new episode when it airs. We're out.
Bye.
Bye,
Happy New Year, everyone. Bye.